going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show, Diamond Dynasty, Risers and Fallers. We're doing our weekly roster prediction episode here on Thursdays. If you don't know, the upgrades happen on Fridays now, so each and every Thursday we'll be doing this, going over a few players that I think are likely candidates to get an upgrade in Diamond Dynasty. So let's jump on into the first one. And it's going to be Victor Martinez from the Detroit Tigers. Right now, he's batting .331. He has 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. 4 of his 5 home runs and 17 of his 22 runs batted in are coming against right-handed pitchers. Now, if you look at his current stats here in Diamond Dynasty, his power and his contact versus left-handed pitchers is better than righties. But again, the stats that I just read off to you would indicate that he's better from the right side of the plate. So maybe they're going to make some adjustments there, decrease from the left, increase from the right. Either way, he's a veteran. He's been doing this for a while. I think he would be a great candidate to maybe go up 1 or 2 points from his overall. I think he's an 80 overall or 81. The next one is kind of a sleeper. Now, this is a card that you want to invest in maybe later on. He's only a bronze card. I wasn't even aware of him, but he's playing against the Rockies this week. Pitcher for the Cardinals, Suwon Oh, and I found out about this guy. His nickname is the Final Boss, which is a pretty cool nickname for a relief pitcher. Check out his stats. He has a 1.31 ERA, 27 strikeouts, and opponents are only hitting 141 against him. Another good thing about this card, as I tried it out, is he has 5 pitches. That's not really common for a relief pitcher. So if this guy can get good, get an upgrade. He's under 30 stubs right now. It might be a really good investment for later on in the season. Jonathan Lucroy is tearing things up this week. He's had 3 home runs on the season, 307 batting average, or 307 batting average, I should say. 6 home runs again. 3 of them have come this week. 16 runs batted in. 5 of his 6 home runs are against right-handed pitching. His average against right-handed pitching is .371. In the game, his contact is better against lefties. So again, kind of like Victor Martinez, the stats are a little bit backwards there. So I think that that's maybe something that the developers should look at and give him some better contact, some better power against righties, because that's who he seems to be destroying right now. Now remember, these updates are always about a week behind, so even if Lucroy doesn't get an update this week, I think next week he probably will, because he's having such a monstrous week this week, if that makes any sense. Danny Valencia is another guy who is just going crazy this week. He's hit 6 home runs, 14 RBIs, and is batting .357 this season. Over the past week, I think he's hit 3 or 4 home runs. He's having a fantastic month in May. You see his stats there on the screen. Against left-handed pitching, he is batting .407. Again, his overall batting average is a .357. His contact against lefties, though, is really, really good. So I think that it is justified, that .407 batting average against left-handed pitching. So, with that being said, maybe they'll increase some of his power numbers, but I don't really see them giving a better contact against lefties, because that one is actually spot on. Again, he's having a really, really good week, but is this a pace that he can keep up? That's something that we got to keep in mind. He might be worth investing in because he's not really expensive right now, but I think the developers might need a little more from him to really make a huge jump in his stats. Let's go and take a look at some pitching now. 2 guys that I want to go over. The first is Gio Gonzalez. Now, he is flying under the radar right now. Starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals. When you think of the Nats, you think of Steven Strasburg, Max Scherzer, and even Joe Ross right now is having a really, really good season. Gio is flying under the radar. He's 3-1 with a 1.86 earned run average. Opponents are only hitting .222 against him. That's top 25 in the league right now. Again, he's flying under the radar. I think he is definitely possibly is kind of a contradiction, but I think he's a really good candidate. He's an 80 overall right now. I don't think we'll yet see him get to the gold ranks, but with these stats, an ERA under 2, I definitely think he should go up at least 2 to maybe even 3 points, and if he can keep this pace up, this is a card that we may see upgraded eventually to gold. Again, if he can keep this pace up, the Nationals have a really, really good 5-man rotation, and Gio Gonzalez is part of it. The next guy, and these cards I haven't really gone over much yet this year, is a gold card who I think should definitely get upgraded. I've been on this bandwagon since the jump. I've had this guy on my Diamond Dynasty team for a while, and that's Danny Salazar. If you look at his stats and compare him to the rest of the league, he's unbelievable. He's a top-tier pitcher right now, and I'm just saying this for right now. I know that he has a long way and has a lot of time to continue to prove himself, but he's 4-2, 1.80 ERA, which is the 6th best ERA in the majors right now. Opponents are hitting 157 against him. That's the 2nd best batting average against in Major League Baseball. Jake Arrieta holds it at number 1. It's only a few points behind. Salazar, his price is starting to go up, so if you want to get him, you better get him quickly. In game, he's a really, really good pitcher as well. I recommend him. And then the last card that we're going to go over is Nick Castellanos from the Detroit Tigers as well. This dude is doing it all. He's hitting for average. He's hitting for power. He already got one upgrade this year, but I think he might deserve another one. He's still a lower overall silver card. He's hitting .350 right now, 8 home runs on the season, 30 runs batted in, guys, against right-handed pitching. He's absolutely crushing it. And keep in mind that he's also a right-handed hitter, so it bodes very, very well for those people who like to make changes maybe towards the end of the game, putting in a right-handed pitcher against him. Against right-handed pitchers, he's hitting .396, 5 home runs out of his 8, and 25 runs batted in out of the 30 that he has. So we got to think that he's probably going to get another increase in both power and contact against right-handed pitching. I think he's certainly deserving of it. So that's going to do it for the players that we're really focusing on each and every week. We're going to go over maybe 5 or 6 guys that we want to zoom in on. And again, sometimes these updates are a week behind. So if they don't happen tomorrow, don't give up on them yet, because I think they still have a chance. Some guys that I mentioned last week, I think could still get upgraded this week. Todd Frazier still playing good. Chris Sale, I know he's a diamond now, but he certainly deserves an upgrade. Hasn't lost a game yet, leads the majors in wins. Rodney from the Padres, the closer, still hasn't given up a run yet. Fernando Rodney's his name. He still hasn't given up a run yet, still has that 0 ERA. Daniel Murphy possibly should get another upgrade. I know he got one last week. Jackie Bradley Jr., another guy hitting very, very well, playing great for the Red Sox. And Vince Velasquez, pitcher from the Philadelphia Phillies. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out. Peace.